Here we are on slope review, and this should be super easy because you had a fabulous Algebra 1 teacher. So I'm sure you remember everything. So let's talk about these. Remember my skier who skied from left to right? So this skier going from left to right means it's a positive slope. Going downhill is a negative slope. He's zooming straight across, it's a 0. And here he fell off the cliff, he died, so it's undefined. You guys remember that story? Ended so nicely. So that's when we're classifying slope, positive, negative, 0, and undefined. I know I'm moving through this quickly, but I know that you know how to do this. All right, so when we find a slope from a graph, it's just change in y over change in x, right? We use change in y over change in x. So, and I always start from left to right just because it's easier for me to remember that. We also said that slope was change in y over change in x. We also said that slope was rise over run. And remember, it means the same thing because this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. So look, my numerators are the same. Change in y is the same as rising. Change in x is the same as running, right? Surely you remember that. So if I look here, I know it's positive and it's going up 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go up 4 and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope here is 4/5. My slope here, it's negative. So my change in y is down 1, 2, 3. Down 3, and I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would never give it to me as negative 3, 6. You would give it to me as negative 1/2. Remember to reduce that fraction. Number 3, he's dead. He's undefined. And number 4 is a 0 slope. Remember the difference between those. It's very important, very key. So when I used ordered pairs, we did it a couple different ways. We said that you could do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or we put it in the form of a table, and I looked at my change in y and I looked at my change in x. Either one is totally okay. I prefer the table. You don't have to do the table. If you want to do this way, you're more than welcome to. So I always put mine in a graph, and I have -2, 5 is point A. And point B is 6, -1. So my change in y, I go from 5 down to -1 is -6. How do I get from -2 to 6? I add 8. And so since slope is change in y over change in x, it's -6 over 8, which reduces to -3/4. So my slope is -3/4. If I look at number 2, I'm going to do the table again. -11 and -3 is my first point. -6 and 7 is my second point. My change in y is up 10. My change in x is up 5. So my slope then is change in y over change in x, which is 10 over 5, reducing to 2. Just 2 over 1 or just 2. Here, for my slope, here's x and y. 9 and -4, 9 and 2. Change in y is up 6. Change in x is 0. Remember, change in y over change in x, 6 over 0. It is not okay. This is a knockout. So that means it's undefined. You cannot divide by 0, right? So it is undefined. Last one on number 8. Again, I'm doing a table. -7, -3. 0, -3. My change in y is 0. My change in x is up 7. So 0 over 7 is okay. It's okay for me to have 0 over 7, and that reduces to a 0 slope. So my slope of a 0, remember, is this right here. My slope undefined looks like this, up and down, okay? So that is a quick slope review. And then this is just practice on the end for you. I'm just going to do this first left-hand column in your notes section. So go ahead and pause it. Make sure that you pause it, get some practice, and come back up, and I'll tell you the answers of those left-hand columns. All right, here we go. So my slope is positive up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6, which reduces to 1/3. So my slope is 1/3 on the practice. Over here, number 12, I know it's negative. He's going downhill, so he's going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down 7 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a slope of -1. -1 over 1 or just -1. All right, let's do number 15. I do a table. Again, you don't have to do a table. So to get from -11 to 4, 4, I'm going to add 15. And to get from negative 8 to positive 17, I'm going to add 25. So change in y over change in x is 15 over 25. Both reduced by 5 to get 3/5. So my slope is 3/5 on that one. Here, again, I do my table. I get -4, -3, 2, and -9. To get from -3 to -9, I subtract 6. To get from -4 to 2, I add 6. So -6 over 6 is -1. It reduces to -1. -6 over 6 reduces to -1. That's how I got that. And number 19, changing it up with blue, -7, -12, 1, -16. To get from -12 to -16, you subtract 4. To get from -7 to 1, you add 8. So my slope is -4 over 8, which you would never give that to me. It reduces to -1/2. So my slope is -1/2 for 21. If you're not getting those, come and see me because we need to practice some more, but I think you'll probably get it.